What's up, fight fans? Welcome back to the MMA Savvy podcast. It's your favorite host, Ari Weiss, alongside combat sport expert, Big Rich Fulgoni. And today we'll be deep diving the lightweight division, then discussing UFC 324, Gaethje vs. Pimblett that goes down Saturday night in Las Vegas. In standard Savvy fashion, we'll go through the card, break down all the big fights, and drop our official MMA Savvy fight picks. So with that, let's go straight to the card and get rolling. All right, Richie. Big news just dropped. Kayla Harrison out of UFC 324, neck injury. We're screwed. Co-main event canceled or just postponed. Let's go to you. What are your initial feelings to this?
I hope it's just postponed. I mean, this is very troublesome where Kayla is in a career, right? She had a couple careers before this. I'm worried that, even if she does heal up well, can she get back in 4, 5, 6 months? It seems like a big ask. Also, how many weight cuts does she have left? You know what I mean? So I can just hope that she can heal up, and I hope she does, champ. I hope you heal up, but I want to see her versus Amanda at the very least before she hangs him up. And I think it'd be a great way for them both to go off into the sunset, or if one feels salty about the way it works out, maybe we get one more fight in a rematch.
Yeah, listen, it's a big loss, but luckily the card was so stacked, so it's not the end of the world. I'm not as pissed as I normally am, and probably will see this in a couple months. Okay, before we get to the card, we're just going to talk about the lightweight division because there's so much lightweight action that's finally going to happen over the next couple months. Okay, so we got Ilia at the top. We all know he's been out because of the family thing, the divorce thing, but we did just get a message from him today saying, hey, he's ready to fight April.
Yes, sir.
He's ready to fight June. He's going to fight the winner of Paddy Gaethje. That's encouraging, but I don't always believe those tweets, Richie boy. Let's see what happens. Arman's sitting there in the doghouse. We've talked about this a lot. He probably should have got the title shot, the #1 contender, but he pulled out of that fight, pissed Dana off. And then honestly, the headbutt was kind of nonsense and punching a fan.
Yeah.
I think he's legitimately in the doghouse, but with the musical chairs, he might have to wait a little bit longer than a lot of us want. But you got Charles, you got Max booked in March for the BMF title, which I don't care about, but they're #2, they're #3. It's a solid fight, and I think the winner will probably fight Arman because since Topuria most likely is fighting Gaethje Pimblett, he's going to need a dance partner in the meantime. Speaking of Pimblett and Gaethje, that's 1 week from today for the interim lightweight title. I'm jacked up, baby. So we got this whole top 5 moving except for Topuria and Arman. And then don't forget Hooker BSD a week later in Australia. I'm kind of sick of Hooker. He can't deal with the grapplers. And so BSD is probably going to mop the floor with them, but it's exciting just for movement, just for BSD to most likely get the #6 or Hooker to shock the world and make the local fans happy. And then you got Vazeev against your boy Hoofy. That's also coming pretty soon.
Let's go.
We do finally have action. What do you say to this?
Yeah, I think it all is going to kind of work itself out, right? We're going to see what happens between Justin and Paddy. That winner is going to get Ilia. And then to your point, the BMF match between Max and Charles, that will probably fight Arman, right? So I think that takes care of the Arman problem. He waits 1 fight, not 2 or 3 or 4. Because who else is he going to fight, man? He's going to go down. He hasn't fought Fiziev and he hasn't fought BSD. Other than that, he's fought everybody pretty much in the top 15. I think that's going to work itself out, and I'm excited to see who comes out. I'm happy with either way it goes. Excited to see the movement go forward with this division.
And I do feel that if Topuria does come out and say, you know what, actually the family thing's worse than I thought, I'm out the entire year, then Arman gets the winner of Gaethje Pimblett. But either way, he gets the winner of Charles Max or Gaethje Pimblett, depending on the Topuria situation. Okay.
Agreed.
Let's move on. UFC 324. Let's start the year. We've been waiting 5 weeks now. We still got another week. Dana screwed us, baby. I don't like these weights. We finally have some action. Thank the Lord. Thank God. Come on, baby. So we're not going to give all the main card picks. If you want all the Savvy main card picks Friday night on our Instagram, that at MMA Savvy, and at Richie Boy MMA, you're going to get all the main card picks then. We're just going to give you the top 3 rapid fire tonight. But what we want to do is at least bring up Silva versus Namajunas. This fight got promoted when Nunes got canceled. I know Silva's your girl. What do you say to this real quick, Rich?
Silver lining, blessing in disguise. I think Natalia Silva finally gets, her top billing on a card like this where you're going to have all these new eyes, especially in the new Paramount Plus era. Let me just remind you, 13-fight win streak, and her last 2 victories came over 2 former champs, Jessica Andrade and Alexa Grasso. So glad we're going to see her, and I think, like I've said on previous episodes, we're going to see gold wrapped around her waist. I think she gets the fight with Bullet Valentina, and she beats her.
Yeah, she's definitely a champ in the making from how amazing she looked in her last fight. Okay, let's move on. Now we're going to give our main card picks. Heavyweight bout number 5 in the world, Waldo Cortes-Acosta. But let's make this be known. That's too long of a name, baby. From now on, it's WCA. Wally is coining this. So number 5, WCA versus number 8, Derrick Lewis. Listen, I do like the fight. Let's look at the records really quickly here. We got WCA 16-2, Lewis 29-12, right? WCA, what has he done recently? Well, he got worked by Pavlovich. He got outstruck, but he was in the fight. Then he fights Ilia, and it looked like the stoppage, but there was the eye poke. So some people say it's a controversial non-stoppage, if you will. He did come back and get the crazy knockout. And then all of a sudden, now he's got knockout power. He knocks out Gaethje right after, and now he's a real heavyweight contender. The issue, though, for me is that's Lewis's game, baby. Lewis was on a slide. He beats Nascimento. He beats Teixeira, although maybe slightly premature. But, man, he loves standing and banging, and that could be a problem for WCA. Let's look at the odds. WCA is a minus 330. So as much as I'd like to take my boy Derrick, I got to be smart. I'm taking WCA. That's Wally's official pick. Who do you have, baby?
Yo, first of all, good job, Wally, on the WCA acronym. I like this. You heard it here first, the MMA Savvy folks. That's a good call, right? That's a mouthful. But yeah, WCA versus Derrick Lewis. I mean, Derrick, he's always got that one-punch knockout power. He is the beast for a reason, the Black Beast. I think he takes his fight. This is going to be my underdog pick. He likes to play possum, right? We've seen that in the past. I think he does a little bit of that, maybe acts like he's hurt from a couple of these punches from WCA and then puts down the hammer. So let's go. I'm taking Lewis. Stand up, Houston.
Okay, let's move on. O'Malley, Yadong has been promoted to the co-main, baby, with Nunes out. So we got number 3 bantamweight in the world, Sean O'Malley. Number 5, Song Yadong. Listen, let's look at the records here, too. O'Malley is still 18-3. Yadong is 22-8-1. Let's look at what Sean has done. Obviously, he had been on that crazy run, the master class against your boy Vera, and I thought my boy was going to be champ for a while, and then the machine shows up. And the first fight, it was close, maybe stole a couple rounds, but pretty much got grappled. And then in the second fight, I thought Sean looked great that first round. I was like, oh my God, he's back. And then boom, the sub, and you're like, all right. He's never going to beat Merab. But because the world is kind to Sean, maybe Jan defeating Merab, Sean's back in play now. But let's look at Yadong here. He beats Gutierrez, loses to your boy Jan, and then beats Cejudo, although that was kind of marred with controversy over the eye poke a little bit, but he did do enough and he got the decision win. So he kind of reset himself against an ex-champ. He's got great hands, but he's also got the wrestling base training with Uriah at Alpha Male. So he could pose a lot of issues to O'Malley, but I'm touching O'Malley because that's my boy. He's going to take out Song Yadong, and then he's going to beat Jan in that rematch, baby, and he'll hold the belt until maybe he has to see the machine again. What do you say to this?
Yeah, this is interesting, right? Like I said last week, I think the implications for the division going forward are sort of the bigger story to me. Either way, it looks good. I was actually thinking about taking Yadong as my underdog pick. I thought maybe, with that grappling, could he pose some problems and take it into a different place for O'Malley? But I don't think he will. I think he wants to compete and throw hands with him. And man, guys, this is it for O'Malley, right? If he doesn't get right here, and the universe has conspired to open this door for him to have a path back to the belt that looked like it was nowhere in existence. So I think he's going to really leave it all out there. He hasn't knocked anybody out or finished anybody in a while. I look for him to really put together some clean striking here and punish Yadong, and hopefully we get to see, if not a finish, a decisive victory. And then that actually works out really well for Peter Yan too, because Piotr Yan now gets the revenge tour that he wants with him before going on.
I'll see you when that fight comes out, and I'll touch O'Malley, baby.
Of course you
Okay,
will.
main event, lightweight, interim title of the world. Number 4, Justin Gaethje. Number 5, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. A lot of people talking crap on this fight. I like the fight. Gaethje, 26-5. Pimblett, 23-3. If you look at Justin, he's pretty solid in his last 4 fights. After losing to Oliveira, he beats Fiziev in that unbelievable kind of come from behind decision win, knocks out Dustin, loses to Max, but hey, he got the nose broken early on. He didn't seem like he was the same guy the whole fight. I want to see the rematch at some point. And then he beats Fiziev again in a closely contested fight. So he's worthy. Pimblett, and this is what we talked about last week, my concern with Paddy is he hasn't beat enough top-level guys. It's like he beat Ferguson when Ferguson was already on decline. He beat King Green, I think, when he was like 14 in the world. But come on, that's King Green. No disrespect to him. And then his only really big win is Chandler. And a lot of people say, well, everybody beats Chandler now. But he just looked so good, and he ran through Chandler more than I think other people were able to do. He almost made it look easy, where Charles struggled against him, Poirier struggled against him, and Gaethje struggled against him. Paddy was like, boom, it was a walk in the park, maybe after a little wrestling in round 1. Even though I'm very torn and I think Justin has a chance, I'm taking Paddy the Baddy to beat Justin. Paddy the Baddy's coming out party. He's going to be the champ, and then he's going to beat Topuria at the White House, and then beat Tsarukyan later in the year. So he beats Justin, he beats Topuria, and he beats Arman, and he becomes one of the best lightweight champs of all time. That's my proclamation. What do you say, Richie boy?
That's a bold proclamation, Wally. Let me first say this, okay? Enough with the disrespect towards Max in that fight with Justin, okay? He got his nose broken by a knee that Max gave to him, okay? So I don't want to hear this, oh, it's not like he had an eye poke or something flew in his eye. Let's just call it what it is, all right? But with that said, it's a very interesting matchup. As I talked about last week, I think, you know, from what we saw between Charles Oliveira and Justin and the length and the grappling that, you know, put Justin at a disadvantage and ended up causing him to lose that fight. I think that is going to be maybe similar or even magnified with a younger, hungry, very focused Paddy in this fight. And we've seen Paddy level up in his last couple of fights and really show a better level of defense with the hands up. His chin's still high, but he's not as reckless coming in, throwing from side to side. I think that he's going to wear him down, maybe late round 3, early round 4. I think he actually lets his hands go a little bit and then, you know, ultimately can maybe grapple into a submission. So I'm taking the Baddy. Let's go.
So we're both taking Paddy the Baddy, even though I do love Justin as well, but the Savvy bros are taking the Baddy, and we're walking. Okay, that's it for this week. Thank you for listening to the MMA Savvy podcast, the world's top place for MMA content. If you love these weekly episodes, make sure to hit subscribe. And if you're a real MMA enthusiast, check out the old MMA Savvy videos on our page. You might see some UFC legends pop up, such as Nick Diaz, Ronda Rousey, John Jones. The old channel has been revived, and we couldn't be more excited. So please subscribe, follow, comment, like, share, and blast on all of our social channels. We're blasting hard on the talk, we're heavy on the gram, and we're going crazy on the tube. That's at MMA Savvy and at Richie Boy MMA. And make sure to comment and challenge our takes if you have disagreements. We love the comments and interactions with the fans. So with that, stay savvy, fight fans.